Hi everyone, it's Michelle here. Hope you're having a great day and thank you for dropping by today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel before, you can go down below. There's a subscribe button there and there's also a like for a thumbs up. You can give me a like if you want to. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most loved styles by all women. I love this style, most women love this style, and I'm going to tell you the reason we love it so much. It's called ruching. I'm sure you've heard of ruching. What is ruching? Ruching is gathering, pleating, or puckering. And why do we love it so much and why is it so popular? Because it does two things at once. Ruching conceals flaws, it hides the lumps and bumps because it's creating the gathers and the folds in the fabric. And the other thing is it enhances your bust and your silhouette at the same time. So ruching is one of those styles in all dresses, tops, even in skirts. It's very, very popular, and the reason is because those folds that it creates, those puckers and those gathers that ruching creates in a garment can conceal flaws. It's commonly used around the waist and the bust, like this dress that I have on is an empire waist dress. There's a band of ruching or gathering or puckering here under the bust. The ruching under the bust on this dress is drawing the dress in and giving me a waistline. Ruching is commonly used in stretch fabrics. It doesn't have to be used in stretch fabrics, but these days we tend to see it a lot more in stretch fabrics, because if you just make a style of dress out of pure stretch fabric with no gathering, no puckering, no pleating, well, it's going to hug, it's going to grab. It's going to hug and grab sometimes in all the places we don't want it to, particularly on the waist. So this one is actually ruched under the bust as well. It's gathered under the bust, which is fantastic for ladies that have a small bust. And for women that have a larger bust, you might think, well, that's going to be a deterrent to have puckering or gathering under the bust or around the bust. Well, it's not actually. It's going to deflect from that, because fabric pulled straight across, a stretch fabric pulled straight across will make you look bigger that way. So the puckering and the gathering gives more shape, more form, more definition and more style to the bust line, and it's going to actually deflect from the size of the bust. And for those with small breasts, as I said, it's going to enhance them. So, but particularly it's most useful on the waist and the bust. This dress is even ruched across the back. The straps are wide and they're ruched as well. That's just for style. That's not really hiding anything. It's just for extra style, because ruching does that. It often takes a very ordinary dress and makes it a little bit more dressy, a little bit more classy, and you can style it up. It doesn't have to. Ruching can be done in very casual clothing as well. I'm going to show you quite a few different styles of ruching and how it can be used in a dress or a top. I've got a top to show you. I've also got some photos to show you of how ruching is used and how it enhances a dress. And quite often ruching is most effective when it's simplistic. This is like a knot that's been twisted on the side of the fabric, so it's asymmetrical, but it's putting lines all across the tummy here. It's giving a little bit of extra room in the tummy. It's quite simplistic, this style, but it's incredibly popular. It is very forgiving for your tummy. This simplistic knotted look for ruching is really popular. It's never wrong. It's always in fashion. It's always on trend. This one you can see when I turn side on, the ruching, the gathering here is covering my tummy area. It's not hugging the lumps and bumps in this area here. It's a great little classic style. It'll never be wrong and never go out of fashion. So if you ever find yourself with this one is fully lined, by the way. This dress is completely lined. It's by the Australian label Regatta. It's very good quality fabric. It's a nice thick stretch fabric, but just this touch of ruching here on the side gives it so much more style, and it allows for expansion of the tummy. We don't have to worry too much in this dress with these folds going across the tummy like that. This dress sits on the waist. It has more pleating than gathering, but I still put it under the category of being a ruche dress. And because it has all the gathering here in the waist, as you can see, it's hiding the tummy. It has an A-line skirt, which is always helpful as well, but it is made from a stretch fabric. It's quite stretchy, it's quite fitting in the bust, and it has some ruching detail here in the bust as well. This company is Basque. I'm not sure if that's an Australian company, but it's quite popular here, Basque. They do very, very good quality clothing. So this one would be absolutely perfect if you wanted something stretched, but you didn't want it too figure hugging or too tight. That's why I like ruching so much. It just gives you that little bit of extra room. This evening, LBD little black dress from Witchery, the company Witchery, is a perfect example of why ruching is beneficial for ladies that have a small bust, or particularly if you're pear-shaped. It has gathering. The ruching is gathered all down the side here of the bust. It's gathered under the bust here. It's crossing over in the front, which is always flattering on anyone. And it's ruched on the bottom. It also has this sash in the front. It's an unusual design, but I love the way this sash falls in the front, which is covering the stomach. It's camouflaging the tummy there. So I think there's quite a bit of ruching on the top part of this dress. It is quite A-line. It's a very flattering little LBD, but I think all this ruching is really beneficial and helpful for putting extra detail for women that are small busted, and I think that ruching is excellent for that as well. Plus it's a stylish little number, this one. It's a little bit retro influenced, I would think, a little bit 1950s influence, but it's the most gorgeous little LBD with lots of ruching on it, and the gather on the side here really does help a lot. And of course, ruching doesn't only come in dresses, blouses and tops, and as I said before, skirts can be ruched as well. This one's got the drawstring effect. I'm sure you've seen that. You can actually adjust most of them and pull them up and down. I've seen them in skirts. They're commonly used in tops as well for the actual. And of course, ruching doesn't only come in dresses, blouses and tops, and as I said before, skirts can be ruched as well. This one's got the drawstring effect. I'm sure you've seen that. You can actually adjust most of them and pull them up and down. I've seen them in skirts. They're commonly used in tops as well for the actual neckline, to take the neckline down or up. And this one is for the length of the top itself. I've seen it in the shoulders, where the shoulder straps have a drawstring where you can pull them and make them wider or more narrow. So I'm pretty sure by now you're getting the idea of why I actually like ruching so much and why so many women love ruching, because it hides sins. It conceals, but it also enhances when you want it to. So that's fantastic that a style can do two things. So thank you ladies for watching my video today. I hope you got something out of that. I hope you enjoyed my video, and see you soon. Okay, bye bye now.